Hey, how's it going? Mike here, The Fresh Rents. I'm here on location in Cincinnati, Ohio. These old houses, just gotta love them. We'll talk a little bit more about that here in just a moment. Going to use a cheap shot to wash this one and also my 8 GPM machine to rinse. I'll explain that here in just a moment. A couple of milestones that we've hit, and I want to ask you to help me celebrate. First of all, 13,000 plus subscribers for the Fresh Rents Media channel. I could not be more elated about that. I really appreciate you partnering with me as we grow together and kind of enjoy the process. And then the second milestone that I want to ask you to help me celebrate is we finally hired our very first employee. Brittany is now over the shop. She's managing everything shop oriented, from parts handling to some assembly, cleaning. She's there right now overseeing chemical distribution. So all of that takes things off my shoulders so that I can focus on the business and not just in the business. So super excited about that. Thank you, Brittany. You're doing a great job. She just started last week, and I could not be more thrilled. Hey, let's watch this house. So here I am in Cincinnati. Just gotta love these old houses. And normally I would downstream a house like this with no problems. I think I still could, but this has a ton of lichen on it. Mold and algae, and the gutters are in bad shape. So instead, I have the cheap shot set at about 2%, and that's gonna help me greatly. Now, I may not use the cheap shot all the way around. In fact, I probably will use high pressure, or excuse me, I will probably downstream the bulk of the house. Most of it never sees sunlight, but there are some really harsh areas. This particular right here has a lot of lichen buildup. It's going to take a little pressure to get that off with the M5 twist. I'll use my 8 GPM machine to do that. But we'll apply chemical again at about 2% to a lot of these areas, in particular these dark areas that simply never see sun. These homes are rather close together. They're beautiful homes, and in their day, these were homes to really, you know, to strive for as a resident of Cincinnati. It's one of the more new school aluminum, you know, the new school aluminum stuff. So you can hear that. It's not vinyl, it's aluminum. And yeah, downstreaming that right there, just, you know, I don't have a lot of time. This is opportunity 2 of 4. The first one was in Covington, Kentucky, just across the river. This one on this side of the river, the north side of the river in Cincinnati, and we'll make quick work of this using the cheap shot. So yeah, it's got some bad areas here. And then way up here, yeah, I won't have to put a ladder there, thankfully. But got a little distance on that. It's way dark up in there. It has never seen the light of day. And I venture to say, in all its lifetime, it may have never been washed. Once again, you see this lichen build up. About every third panel of aluminum, for whatever reason, I don't know, it skips a panel, but gets that lichen build up all across it. This nice lady will be thrilled when she gets home. They didn't go to great efforts to help me out here. So I'll just push this to the side a little bit. There's no moving that. And they knew that I was coming, so. The General Pump red gun comes standard with every cheap shot plug and play. Just so you know, you've already got a gun and you've already got a proportioner, you can just order the skid that allows you to mount everything that you already have, the plumbing, the proportioner, etc., etc. Or if you just need a proportioner, or if you just need a gun. But if you just need a proportioner, I can do that for you too. Go to the website, and I really try to compete on pricing there, make it affordable for you. But the Cheap Shot plug and play comes with everything you need besides the motor and pump of your choice. I choose to use the Harbor Freight 79cc 1-inch water pump. And I'm using the very same one that I've been using now since December of last year. And it's working flawlessly, and I love it. I rinse it out after every use. And I now have the remote control system, which, by the way, should come available in the next couple of weeks. Been testing it now for nearly a month. No issues whatsoever. And it's a game changer, mainly because I don't have to go back to the truck to put the Cheap Shot into rinse mode. Obviously, that's the main reason, but also so that I can keep fresh water in the pump without having to go back to the truck and turn off the soap to keep the pump cool. Does that make sense? Okay, so it's not ideal to allow SH to sit in the pump. Let me find my remote. Don't go anywhere. There we go. So I will turn it off. That turns off the soap. Now it's in rinse mode. Put that back in my pocket. And now, even if I just, shoot straight water now for 10 seconds or so, now there's only fresh water in the pump, and I can stay off the trigger as long as I feel like I need to. You don't want to just stay off of it forever, but it allows you a little grace period. Whereas when you've got bleach in the pump for minutes and minutes on end, it's not healthy for any type of gas-powered roof pump. And the Harbor Freight 79cc pump is not made for SH. So you run that risk of blowing the pump or whatever by being off the trigger too long with SH in the pump. The remote control system kind of gives you a little bit more grace. So we're going to turn the soap back on for a second, because I just realized I did not get this section up here, and I want to get as much of this as I can. Again, they were notified that everything needed to be moved, so they knew. And they're good people. They're good people. They just forgot. Well, you can see how instantly that changes. Wow, that's crazy. So as we come back around, we can see that the Cheap Shot did its job. I don't think that we would have had this kind of result with downstreaming. In fact, I'm confident we would not have. So now it just needs to be rinsed. Oh, I missed a spot right there. Right up there. Got a little hasty. Got a little hasty. That's what we call that. That's hasty. A little on the gutter right there. A little extra on that part of the gutter. Just gonna let that marinate. I'm going to pull out the 8 GPM machine with the Davis shooter tip, blast some of that, and then rinse also with the M5 twist. Don't go anywhere. Okay, find myself in the back of the house. I've got the 8 GPM machine set up with 150 feet of 3/8 pressure washing hose. I have the Suttner ST2700 with the Davis tip and the M5 twist. Oops, got to turn it on at the ball valve. And now we go at it. I'm gonna have to apply a little pressure to some of this lichen to get this off, but shouldn't be any problem. Even just looking at it, it's already so much better than it was. These hard to reach areas, no problem with the Davis shooter tip. Okay, all finished up on this job. A lot to this house. There's just so much going on here. Definitely needs an acid bath for this to look as it should, but I will pitch that to her. But man, that will be an expensive job. This, especially that front side and then that east side over there, really covered with fallout. There's only so much you can do with that, but Cheap Shot came through for me again. It looks very, very nice. I'm confident that she'll be very, very pleased. And I'm very pleased with 13,000 plus subscribers. Yeah, man, never really had a goal, but I really appreciate your support. And then I'm very pleased with Brittany and having an employee there at the shop, just overseeing all of that. Just going to make things go so much easier. In fact, if you have purchased a Cheap Shot and you're waiting on it, no reason at all why it can't be shipped out this week, and then we'll open up the site for more sales. Also, according again, the Fresh Stream remote control system should be opened up at the 1st of June. That's the plan. So, all right, man, I love these old houses. Just love these old houses. Isn't that beautiful? You can just imagine back in the day, these were highly desired, and they still should be today, but there's just so much maintenance to these old homes. But Cincinnati had its day. So, all right, well, there you have it. My name is Mike. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you for tuning in, subscribing, and hitting the bell tab and leaving a comment. That means the world to me. My name is Mike. They call me the Fresh Rinse. See you at the top. Don't be late.